Most valuable gemstones are not bright, they are not colorful, and they are almost never obvious. Some of the rarest and most expensive stones on Earth are dark, black, and routinely dismissed as worthless rock. They don't sparkle in the field, they don't catch light on a casual glance, and because of that, they are walked past every day. In this series, we are not talking about famous stones or commercial jewelry trends. We are focusing on unknown black gemstones whose value comes from geology, scarcity, and demand that most people never see. This first part focuses on two black gemstones that almost no one recognizes correctly in nature, even though both are quietly valuable. Gold is not the only thing that hides in plain sight. One of the most misunderstood black gemstones is often mistaken for common volcanic rock. It is dense, it is dark, it absorbs light instead of reflecting it. In the field, it looks dead, but geologically, it is anything but. This stone forms under extreme pressure conditions, often deep within tectonically active environments. It does not form quickly. It does not form everywhere. And when it does form, it locks its value into structure rather than appearance. This gemstone is prized not for brilliance, but for stability. Collectors value it because it does not degrade. Designers value it because it creates contrast no polished stone can imitate. And investors value it because production is extremely limited. In rough form, it is almost always ignored. Even experienced eyes assume it is common material. Its darkness works against it. Yet when cut and identified correctly, it enters a completely different market. This gemstone is one of the few black stones used almost exclusively in private commissions, rather than commercial jewelry lines. That alone should tell you something. Another black gemstone hides behind familiarity. People think they know what it is, but they don't. It is usually confused with lower-grade material or written off as decorative stone. In reality, it is a specific, rare mineral variety that forms only when chemistry and temperature align precisely. Its black coloration is not surface staining. It is intrinsic. It comes from elemental substitution at the atomic level. That makes it stable, permanent, and extremely difficult to reproduce synthetically. This stone does not chase trends. It appeals to buyers who value subtle power rather than display. In high-end circles, it is used sparingly, not because demand is low, but because supply is. Most material never reaches open markets. It is traded quietly, and because it lacks visual excitement, it remains undervalued in the field. Many people have held it without realizing what they were holding. Darkness once again becomes camouflage. Both of these gemstones share the same reason they are overlooked. They do not advertise themselves. They require understanding instead of excitement. They reward people who pay attention to geology rather than surface beauty. Black gemstones are rarely impulse purchases. They are acquired deliberately, which is why their value holds. Stones that are regularly misidentified, stones whose value comes from scarcity and geological conditions, and stones that quietly increase in demand while remaining invisible to most people. When you stop judging value by brightness, an entirely different category of gemstones becomes visible. The pattern that defines black gemstones does not change as we move forward. What changes is how deeply hidden the value becomes. Once you understand that darkness is not a flaw, but a filter, the ground begins to tell a different story. The next stone continues exactly where the last left off. It is one of the most misjudged materials in mineral collecting, often confused with industrial waste or low-grade carbon. In the field, it looks unremarkable, matte, black, sometimes slightly greasy to the touch. Many people assume it is useless. In reality, it forms under very specific pressure and temperature conditions that cannot be replicated casually. This gemstone's value does not come from ornamentation. It comes from function, purity, and scarcity. High-end buyers seek it not for display, but for what it represents: stability, durability, and geological precision. This stone has quietly entered markets far beyond jewelry. Collectors value it because authentic material is increasingly difficult to source. Investors value it because substitutes fail to match its natural properties. And yet in nature it is still ignored. Darkness protects it. The next gemstone hides behind weight. People pick it up, feel how heavy it is, and still put it back down. Because it does not shine. Because it does not look refined. But density is never accidental. When a gemstone is unusually heavy for its size, geology is speaking clearly. This black stone forms in environments where elemental concentration is extreme. Its color comes not from surface staining, but from internal composition. That composition gives it strength. It also gives it rarity. Most deposits are small, extraction is difficult, processing is specialized, which is why it never floods the market. Its value remains steady precisely because supply cannot scale. People often confuse it with common dark minerals. They mistake weight for inconvenience and walk away. The final black gemstone in this series is perhaps the quietest of all. It does not announce itself through density or texture. It blends into its host rock almost perfectly. Even trained eyes struggle to identify it without context. This stone forms only when geological systems remain undisturbed for extraordinary lengths of time. It requires patience, from nature first and from humans later. Its black color is the result of slow chemical alignment, not rapid formation. That slowness is its value. Markets favor it because it cannot be rushed. There is no shortcut to producing it. When demand increases, supply does not respond. Prices rise quietly, no speculation, no hype, just scarcity doing its work. All 5 gemstones in this series share one defining trait. They punish assumptions. They reject visual judgment. They reward understanding. This is why black gemstones remain underestimated. Modern markets are built on speed. Black gemstones are built on patience. They are not designed for impulse buying. They are acquired by people who already understand value. If you walk past these stones in nature, nothing would tell you to stop. No sparkle, no color, no excitement. And yet, some of the most stable and quietly appreciating gemstone assets on Earth exist in this category. Darkness is not absence. It is concealment. The same rule that applies to black gemstones applies here as well. The most valuable materials are rarely the ones that announce themselves. They do not shine. They do not glow. They do not look extraordinary at first glance. They sit quietly among ordinary stones, ignored because they break expectations. This is exactly how natural meteorites behave on Earth. Most people imagine meteorites as dramatic objects, fiery impacts, smoking craters, exotic surfaces. Reality is far less theatrical. Natural meteorites are subtle, dark, dense, often mistaken for industrial waste, volcanic rock, or worthless debris. And because of that, they are missed constantly. A meteorite does not need to look unusual to be extraordinary. Its value is not visual, it is historical, scientific, material. Every natural meteorite is older than Earth itself. It formed before planets stabilized, before geology had time, before biological processes existed. That alone separates it from every terrestrial stone. Yet in the field, meteorites blend in. Their surfaces are usually darkened by atmospheric entry. Their shapes are softened by time. Their textures are muted. Nothing about them asks for attention. One of the most common reasons meteorites are misidentified is familiarity. People expect them to look alien. They don't. They look geological. Iron-rich meteorites resemble slag. Stony meteorites resemble basalt. Weathered specimens resemble nothing special at all. The mind dismisses them immediately. Darkness once again becomes camouflage. Natural meteorites reveal themselves through behavior, not appearance. They are heavier than expected. They feel wrong in the hand. Density is the first quiet signal. Meteorites formed in environments where gravity and pressure far exceed anything on Earth. Their internal structure reflects that. Even small pieces often weigh far more than surrounding rocks of similar size. People notice the weight and then ignore it because they are trained to trust appearance more than physics. Another quiet indicator is magnetic response. Many meteorites contain iron-nickel alloys, not surface coatings, structural metal. This makes them weakly to strongly magnetic. In nature, that is unusual. Most Earth rocks do not behave that way. Yet this signal is often overlooked because it feels too simple. Value rarely announces itself through spectacle. It announces itself through consistency. The surface of a meteorite often carries a fusion crust. This crust is thin, dark, sometimes cracked. It forms when the outer layer melts briefly during atmospheric entry. Over time, weathering dulls it. What remains is subtle, a slightly smoothed exterior, a faintly glassy skin. Nothing dramatic, but it is not a feature Earth processes create easily. Natural meteorites also resist classification. They don't fit neatly into local geology. They appear out of place, but only slightly. Not enough to alarm, just enough to confuse. And confusion often leads to dismissal. Meteorites fall everywhere. Deserts, fields, mountains, dry riverbeds. They are not limited to craters. Most land quietly, most survive. Most are never recognized. This is why many of the best discoveries are accidental. Farmers, hikers, prospectors, people who notice weight, texture, behavior, not beauty. The value of a natural meteorite is not uniform. It depends on type, condition, classification. Some are scientifically priceless, some are financially valuable, some are both. Iron meteorites are sought after for their composition. Stony meteorites are valued for their primitive materials. Rare types contain minerals not found naturally on Earth. These materials are studied, cataloged, and preserved. They do not depreciate. They gain relevance as science advances. Unlike gemstones, meteorites cannot be improved by cutting. Their value lies in authenticity. Alteration reduces worth. This creates a market based on preservation, not enhancement. It also discourages mass commercialization. Meteorites remain a quiet asset. One of the most important aspects of meteorites is traceability. Knowing where and how a meteorite was found matters. Context increases value. This is why many specimens are lost. They are picked up, handled, discarded, without documentation. The stone survives. The value disappears. Meteorites also share another trait with black gemstones. They are finite. No new meteorites are created on Earth. They arrive, they weather, they disappear. Every recovered specimen reduces the unknown. Scarcity increases quietly. There is no speculative bubble here. No trend cycles, no mass production. Meteorites do not respond to fashion. They respond only to time, and time always favors rarity. People often ask how to recognize a meteorite without tools. The answer is observation. Weight that feels wrong, texture that doesn't match surroundings, magnetic behavior, resistance to weathering, subtle fusion crust. None of these signs are dramatic. Together they are decisive. Meteorites teach the same lesson as black gemstones. Value does not require brightness, it requires origin, history, irreplaceability. If you hold a natural meteorite, you're holding material older than Earth. No gemstone, no metal, no artifact shares that distinction. And yet most meteorites are never held. They remain unnoticed. Dark stones in quiet places. Understanding meteorites changes how you see the ground. It trains the eye to respect weight, structure, context, not appearance. This mindset transfers to gemstones, to geology, to value itself. If this video expanded how you judge stones and materials, subscribe to this channel. This content is created for people who value understanding over surface impressions. Leave a comment if you've ever found a stone that felt different but didn't look special, and turn on notifications if you want more videos focused on rare materials, natural history, and the assets most people overlook. Because the ground beneath us holds more than we realize. It always has.